Hi again, everyone. This video is sponsored by contribution from Anonymous, and here is her story. Hi, Ollie. I have a few questions for you if it's not too invasive. In regards to you personally and possibly other people you may know that have taken some sort of avenue on getting their own abuse history stories out there. My therapist had brought up and asked me again yesterday if I've made a decision yet on writing a book or books on my life and abuse history. My abusers are on the far extreme end of the narcissistic personality disorder spectrum. Side note, I know my therapist and trust that she doesn't have any ulterior motives on leaning more towards this particular path of healing. I have been told so many times that I've lost count that I should write a series of books on my family abusers and everything that had happened and what everyone had went through. My best friends and trusted confidants, the few people that know the truth about my immediate and extended family, starting with my bio parents on up. I'm not sure if I'm standing in my own way or not here. It's a good possibility that my issue on this is due to decades of conditioning. I honestly don't think this is about fear of failure. I've tried so many things, various projects over the years, some successful, some failed. With the failures, I've gained great learning experiences, ended up satisfied either way. My questions are, how did you get to the point where you made the final decision on, I'm going to take that leap and just do it in regards to creating your YouTube channel? Major kudos on your success, by the way. I've talked about this a few times. I had that recording of my mother since April of 2010, 2009. Recorded it in New Jersey. I was living not a mile away from my mother at the time, so that's where phone call from narcissistic mother came. And I had started talking into my webcam when I was still working for IKEA, because I was in a bad way. I mean, I was just unhappy. I wasn't doing what I wanted to do. The company I was finding out was dirty as hell, and I was still doing the job, but I hated it. And I was sitting out like before work on I would just sit in my car like, oh God, why? How did I end up this? I got to keep going. And to lose that job for basically doing the right thing was just more than I could handle at the time, because it just seemed like the world was against me. The world was against me. I had wiped out so many people for stealing, and then it was leading right back to the store accountant and the IT guy and HR, and then I find out the store manager's also hiding a pedophile in the store, and they were able to screw me. Much in the way is the same type of abuse I've dealt with my whole life. And there I was in November of 2012, and we had to leave our apartment in Plantation, really nice place. Couldn't afford it. Couldn't afford a $1,400 a month apartment anymore. I was carrying the load at the time. I was making good money at IKEA. Charlene didn't even have to work. She could stay home and work on her art and her writing, and she had actually gotten a little part-time job at the corner. Just things were going well, and boom, just like that, nothing. You're out of a job, and your life turns into financial ruin. And I was sitting there. Charlene had by that point gotten a shitty job at Dillard's, 15 miles away, up on the beach. So I was there basically packing up for us to find somewhere to live. And that's how we ended up here in this shitty place. For when we moved in, I think we were paying $700 a month in the ghetto. And we were leaving this beautiful complex with lakes and gym and pools and heated jacuzzi and everything. Indoor, uh, 2 bedrooms, full screened in porch and washer dryer and unit, all to come here. Sitting there, feeling shitty. Nobody replying to the countless jobs you apply for, and there was that recording just sitting there as I opened up my laptop. And I'm like, you know what? I'm sick of these people getting away with everything they want to. And that's when I posted phone call from narcissistic mother. And immediately that thing started getting views. Like, it was that day. It was weird. I don't know, maybe somebody, I don't know who saw it, but it started getting okay views. Not great, but okay for somebody who's never posted a video in his life and just posts this weird 11-minute audio. There was really nothing on narcissism on YouTube at the time. And I let it sit there for 6 months. And we're in here. 6 months later, I'm sitting here stewing. Still stewing. And I had stopped talking into my webcam at that point after I had lost my job because I was in a funk. You know, it's funk I probably still haven't fully come out of. Because I just could never get over that. I still don't get over it. I still, to this day, enrages me. It enrages me. Every time I see an IKEA commercial, every time I see it enrages me. But with the news that's happening with Macy's today, just makes it a little easier. So Charlene, by that point, it was right as she was starting to work at the club. She had left Dillard's and gotten the job at the club. And she's like, you should just start talking into your cam again. And then I'm like, fuck that. I'll just post it on YouTube. And she's like, yeah, you should. You should. And that's where the first 6 videos, my life dealing with narcissistic parents, 8 videos, 1 through 8 come from. And just got to a point where it was like, fuck that. I gotta move forward. I gotta talk. I gotta expose this. I gotta just do something. So it is a way of me doing something. Now, if you go back and you look at my life with narcissistic parents, part 1, you could go look and you can see for yourself the condition I was in. Where I was mentally, where I was physically. I was beaten. For me, it was this or I don't know what. So that was my motivating factor. This is both to you and or other people you may or may not know that have taken outlets through other channels, blogs, or writing books themselves. Becoming a published author would be a great feeling of accomplishment. I'm not going to lie, but that's not what it would mainly be about. My next question is the blowback from exposing your narcissist worth it? In the bigger picture, I mean, if that's not too personal of a question. For me, it is. For me, it is. Because your narcissists aren't going to act any differently whether I expose them or not. At least with me exposing them and them trying to try to cause blowback on me. I know they can't live in their little fantasy world. and that makes me happy. So the blowback, yeah, some of it can be annoying and hurtful when you realize your own parents are trying to sabotage you, and but it's still worth it. It still motivates me, you know, to move forward. My last question is, at the end of the day, does it or did it help? Again, this is in regards to yourself or anyone you know that have taken the public outlet. It helps. Um, Not to say it's not difficult to do, because it is. And not to say, like I said, I've said in other videos, this is chemotherapy. Sometimes you got to make yourself sick to kill out the cancer. So in the long run, yeah, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. I know you don't know me, so I'm not asking you to tell me whether or not to write a book. So far, you're the only person that I've come across that accepts other people's questions and stories. In short, your channel is unique in and of itself. Anyway, enough of that. To the point, my primary motive for even considering going public is to just get this crap out of my head. I have CPTSD and intrusive memories. I'm trying to keep this as brief as I could. If you need any more background or detail, just let me know. Again, whether or not you choose to make this into a video, it's fine with me either way. If not, keep the contribution. It's going to a worthy cause regardless. Last side note, in past experiences, exposing my abusers through either high school English lit short stories or college English composition assigned topic essays have provoked a full-fledged attack from my narc bio parents and their swarm of flying monkeys. Also in college, I had let my golden child narc older brother talk me into writing about my abuse in one of my college papers. The title, A Child's Madhouse. I received an A plus and had loads of positive comments on the paper. My older brother told me that there wasn't anything like writing about one's own personal tragedy. He also told me that he had written about his drug abuse and recovery history back in his college days. Of course, he told my mom about it, who I had been no contact with for years. She went into full-fledged psycho-stalker mode, ended up being arrested and serving several months in jail. The university campus police have gotten sick of her shit. What can I say? I could have written about anything, being I had easily aced every single writing class I had been in since early school years. Not tooting my own horn or anything, just stating the fact. Can't believe I fell for that. Anonymous. You know, it's like kind of like how my brother is the one who told me to go public with the channel and bring it to my parents' attention. Your brother did the same thing to you, just to cause problems. Who knows why? It sounds like you have a strong base in writing, so I don't know why you wouldn't go forward with that. You know, she's already gotten herself arrested once. You know, why not twice for stalking? It seems like you get a lot of affirmation and joy and pleasure and comfort in your writing. It's definitely worth the blowback, because you know what drives the narcissist, and especially mine, drunky, enormous. You know what drives them more crazy than anything else is people telling me and making it public how much they enjoy this channel, how much they appreciate the work that's done here, how much help, their comfort they get from me, how much enjoyment they get out of it. That's what really drives them insane. And that's what drives your parents insane. So the real question is that really blowback? Or is that just a narcissist temper tantrum from being exposed? I say it's the latter. And if you know how to deal with that when it comes, the temper tantrums are hilarious. Sit back and enjoy the show. Because the more successful you get, and the more people who like what you do and appreciate what you do, the more it drives them insane. The more and the harder they're going to crash, which is kind of what you want anyway. So, in the end, it's worth it for me. As difficult as it is to do, you know, and it is hard reading some of these stories, and you take them on, and it is daunting, and it weighs you down. And but in the end, it's worth it. I mean, I just had to have. I mean, even today, I just had to have my modem because I haven't been able to upload at good speeds because it turns out that I'm personally somebody has been DDoSing my modem, DDoS, denial of service. And they got these companies out there that'll just keep sending you requests if you pay them from overseas to keep knocking you offline and slow down your shit. So now it screwed up my modem. So now I just had Comcast leave because I've been trying to upload this video for this person, this private video I did for this person now for 3 freaking days. For 3 freaking days. So hopefully now I can get it uploaded. We will see. But it's still worth it. Still always worth it. So thank you for your contribution. Thank you for your questions. I appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, or you'd like a private video made, or a Skype session, you know what to do with the PayPal and the email links in the description box. I'll have the video right back to you. This is Ollie Matthews. Thanks for watching. See you all again soon.